name's Richard Hope. I've raced various things all through my life. Started off in karts when I was very young. Had time off, come back with sports cars, Le Mans cars, historic always. And then eventually I ended up with a Formula 1 car. This is an Alfa Romeo 182, which is a 3-litre V12 from 1982. It was a factory car. This was chassis 4, which first appeared at Imola that year. Wasn't too successful, was always trying to get on the front row for the grid for the race. And at Monaco, he actually qualified behind Bruno Giacomelli, but in the race it all turned good. And he actually took the lead on the last lap, but sadly ran out of petrol in the Casino Square. Like for 2 litres of fuel, it might have changed the whole history of Alfa Romeo in Formula 1, but there you go. So having said that, it's still the most successful Alfa Romeo 182 because it got a podium here. And obviously I'd seen this race in 1982 at Brands Hatch and fell in love with it then, so the opportunity to acquire it was just awesome. So since then we've been trying to get this to work properly. Being an Alfa Romeo, not many other people want to seem to bother, but it's very rewarding when it does work. It's a fantastic vehicle. Carbon fibre tub. Like the car next to it, the MP4, which is accredited with being the first carbon car. This came out in 82, that came out in 81. But this was actually ready to run in 81, but they just hadn't got the capacity to actually put it on track, so it never appeared till 82. So it is one of the first carbon cars along with the McLaren. So it's, in that respect, it's very advanced. Again, from a small Italian team. Well, it wasn't small, it was Auto Delta, but nobody expected anything of them. In period, it was renowned as one of the best ground effect cars there was, but again, it never got balanced properly by the team. They didn't run it correctly. The engine being a V12 was also good in some respects, very, very thirsty, but it's 545 brake horsepower. Whereas at the time the DFVs were just over 500. So although you got a little bit more weight to carry, you had more power. So if they'd have just got everything dialed in together so it worked, history could have been totally different. Surprisingly enough, it hasn't got that much torque. You'd expect it to have much more torque. I mean, these have a rev limit of 10,000 RPM. This revs through to 12. But really, to keep it working, you have to be between 9 and 12. So it's a bit like a 2-stroke motorbike. But when it's going, it's great. The only other thing is you're deaf for about 4 hours afterwards when you get out of it. It's really noisy. For me, it's fabulous because I'm treading in the footsteps of where Andrea drove, which is great. But to me, it's a nicer car. It's easier to drive comfort-wise than the Shadow. This one is more relaxed seating position. You're sat more upright. So in that respect, you don't feel as though you're lying down. So it's a bit more like a normal touring car type driving position. So it's very good, and it handles well, it stops well, and it's got, like I say, massive punch from the engine when you get it up in the rev range. Driving out the pit lane is fantastic. There's nowhere like this place. It's very scary, it's very fast, but it's just so exciting to actually be on this track that's virtually unchanged since 1929. So it's very impressive. And also to take it here when it actually got its podium. Up the hill, it feels like you're actually trying to negotiate it down a little corridor. They were wide cars at this period, and I honestly don't know how they get the new ones around here because they're so much bigger than this. It does feel big, it's imposing, got to say it's great fun. Just to be driving something like this, you feel very privileged.
On come the lights, 2, 3, 4, 5, out they go almost immediately, and away it goes. Stuart Hall straight into the lead ahead of the Lotuses.
Marco Werner and
the Alfa
didn't start. Oh, that's a shame.
The Alfa's still on the grid, and that's Hope, number 22, Richard Hope.
Well, I hope they can get it going.
Yeah.
I try a bump start and it's going.
That's all right, good. And there is Richard Hope in that Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, that was Steve Brooks, I think, involved in that incident.
The Alfa Romeo pulling off and allowing the leader to go through. Richard Hope keeping an eye on his mirrors. He knows he's pretty much at the back, and he's about to be eaten up by the two Lotuses tussling over second place, Werner and Lyons.
Anything Italian I've got a passion for, and they're always underrated to me. Everyone goes on about Ferraris from Italy as being a complete Formula One team, whereas Alfa Romeo did everything the same. Everything on the car is built by Alfa Romeo. The engine, the gearbox, everything on it. It's just a complete package, but they never acquire the fan club of Ferrari, but they've still got the emotion and the passion of an Italian racing car. So that's mainly why I can move towards that rather than a Tyrrell or a McLaren. I suppose as well, there's more pressure on you from a McLaren or a Tyrrell. People expect you to go well, but you can just go out and enjoy yourself in an Alfa Romeo and nobody expects anything to happen. In fact, if you finish, they get excited, so that's all you really need to achieve with one of these. To me, I think there's always a story behind something, and some of the more interesting cars aren't always the ones that win. It's emotional. They should have done more than they did. So I feel like I'm like chasing windmills really more than anything else.